Now let's all be honest, when the option to turn heel in a WWE game pops up, we choose it, and in almost all cases it leads to the more interesting storyline. On top of all that, who doesn't want to be a bad guy? It's boring being the good guy. So with that being said, these are the 9 times that you had the choice to turn heel in WWE games. In Smackdown Here Comes the Pain, there is a storyline that can take place if you accept Jerry Lawler's offer to form a new tag team, which includes a tag team title shot at the next pay-per-view. The catch is that in this storyline, you'll have to be in a tag team with a current rival. For me, it's Goldberg. Now you can choose to be a partner that wants to make this new tag team work, or you can do the complete opposite. To start it all off, Goldberg has an autobiography to give to you that he's even signed. How generous of him. You can choose to keep it or throw the book away. Let's just say Triple H isn't a big fan of reading. There's another scenario like this where Goldberg says he's injured and wants you to drive instead. You can choose to drive or not drive. Triple H isn't also a fan of driving too, and makes the injured Goldberg do it. All your actions lead to a huge argument backstage, with Goldberg complaining that he has to do everything, and also for Triple H eating all the pizza. That isn't a joke, by the way, he actually says it in the game. This is all too serious of an argument that Scott Steiner has to jump in and tell Goldberg to calm down, whilst RVD is screaming for help. All of this because Triple H had to eat all the damn pizza. Anyway, the next week on Raw, Goldberg will hold a party of sorts in the ring and ask you to come down to the ring, which you can choose to either do or not do. But for the real heel turn to happen, you need to go to the ring. Goldberg then offers you a piece of cake, and to fully turn heel and turn against your tag team partner, you need to tell him to shove that cake, which will lead to Triple H smashing Goldberg's head into the cake, and rest in peace Team Triple H and Goldberg. It only lasted 3 weeks, but what a 3 weeks it was. WWE 2K16's My Career mode actually has a few moments where you're given the choice to turn heel, and one of those times is when Sting returns in the My Career mode and attacks Triple H.
It's Sting! He's here! Triple H is fuming right now.
You were then given the option to help Triple H out and beat up Sting.
Haha, I love it. Sting needs to go back where he came from. Triple H and the Authority run things here, not Sting.
What a blatant showing of disrespect towards Sting, using his own move on him.
Doing this will turn you heel, and it puts you in a short rivalry with Sting, with Triple H also having your back at times. In another scenario completely separate from the Sting rivalry, you'll get a cutscene in WWE 2K16 with the Authority coming down to the ring after you win a match. You will then get the choice to turn heel and actually join the Authority.
It's the Authority. They look very pleased with his performance lately.
If the Authority is on your side, you better run with it. They run this place and can do so much for your career.
Wow, I thought I'd never see this.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing what's best for business, or better yet, what's best for himself.
Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 also gave you the choice to turn heel during one of the storylines from the season mode. After a match with the Big Show, Chavo Guerrero and Daivari will jump into the ring and beat up the Big Show with lead pipes.
Hey, what do you think they're saying, JR?
I think he impressed the Big Show here tonight.
Look, it's Chavo Guerrero and Daivari, and they're beating Show's head in with lead pipes.
Big Show's too tired. He can't fight them all. What's going on here?
Come on, JR, don't play dumb. It's obvious. He was in on the plan to jump Big Show all along.
I don't believe that for a second.
After beating the Big Show up, the two superstars celebrate with your character, whilst you look completely confused as to why they're celebrating with you. Carlito then makes an appearance and pretty much says that us four, that does include your character too, are a brand new group, as your character continues to have no idea what is going on. Next week, the Big Show appears after your match. You try to let him know that you had nothing to do with the attack last week, but all that doesn't matter, as Big Show gives you a chokeslam for what happened. After this, Chavo will leave you a message, which pretty much asks the question, are you with the new group or are you against the new group? It's at this point that you can choose to join the group to take out the Big Show, and by doing so, you will turn heel. After a handicap match with your new group against the Big Show, you will be seen running away, being the cowardly heel that you are, as your other group members take a chokeslam. What a terrible group member you really are. Big Show will also have some words for you.
Hey, where you going? Don't you want some what your friends just got? Well, I'll tell you what. You're gonna get some next week on Raw. And just to make sure that nobody interferes, what do you say you and me make it a cage match?
After this, you will have the cage match, and then the storyline ends there, whether you win or lose. Smackdown Shut Your Mouth takes an interesting turn once you reach August 2003 in the calendar of the season mode. The 50% owners, Ric Flair and Mr. McMahon, have a huge rivalry for pretty much the entire previous year, and are now once again seen in the ring together during an episode of Raw. It looks like it's about to be the next chapter in their rivalry, but instead, in a shocking twist, the two owners shake each other's hands and agree to work with each other. They both feel that many of the superstars on the two rosters are not as good as the superstars of the previous generation, and are now building up a group that will only have the best of the current roster in it, and they will be going up against those who they think are weak superstars of the roster. Your character will get called out by the owners, who will give you a chance to give your opinion. You will be told that you will need to decide right here, right now, whether you are joining up with the owners or going against them with other superstars. To turn heel, you simply have to let them know that you want to help them, and you will officially be a part of the owners group. You will then solidify your new heel turn with a post-match beatdown of a superstar after your next match on SmackDown. After a match where you and Shelton Benjamin team up against Triple H and Ric Flair in SmackDown vs Raw 2006 season mode, you will see a cutscene of both Triple H and Ric Flair giving both you and Shelton Benjamin a beating.
Listen up, Benjamin. All I hear backstage is you running your mouth about how you pinned Triple H this and you beat Triple H that. Well, the fact is, everyone knows you just got lucky. Simple as that. It was a fluke. And it's never going to happen again. Do you understand me?
Shelton receives the worst of the beating and will not be seen for a few weeks. While Shelton is out injured, you and Triple H are forced to team up against the Big Show and John Cena from SmackDown, who will invade Raw and destroy both you and Triple H. Later in the month, you will have a match with the two Invaders at SummerSlam, with you teaming up with Triple H. But before that match takes place, Shelton Benjamin will speak to you backstage to let you know that even though you've been teaming up with Triple H recently, he's coming back for revenge and wants you to have his back once again. After the match, Shelton will run down to the ring while you and Triple H are celebrating and crack Triple H with a chair shot to the head. The next night on Raw, Triple H will call you down to the ring to give you what he calls a present. That present being a free pass to walk away from Shelton Benjamin and let Triple H deal with him in his upcoming match without you getting in the way and helping Shelton. You can choose to manage Shelton or stay backstage. If it wasn't obvious already, staying backstage will turn you heel, and the next week you will have a match against Shelton Benjamin with Ric Flair as your manager, and after the match you and Ric Flair will be seen beating up Shelton Benjamin. In No Mercy's championship mode, you can go down a title path for the tag team championships. There's a big storyline that begins in the third chapter that is called Anti-Corporation versus the Corporation. The Dudleys, who are with the Anti-Corporation, had interfered in Shane McMahon's match, and now Shane McMahon is looking for revenge against them. Shane will be seen talking with your tag team. Mine for this video is Stone Cold and Triple H. Shane will then ask you to beat the hell out of the Dudleys for him in your upcoming match, and if you do it, he will give you the tag team titles. You will need to let Shane know your answer in the actual match, as you have to put one of the Dudleys through the announce table and then pin them to join Shane's corporation. If you do give the Dudleys the beatdown that Shane asked for, then in the upcoming weeks you'll be in the corporation and doing whatever Shane asks you to do. That includes interfering to make sure Shane beats Steven Richards. Then in another match you need to lead Steven Richards into the boiler room where Triple H is waiting for him to make it a 2-on-1 attack. And lastly, you'll be the guest referee to guarantee Shane beats Steven Richards. I don't think there's anyone else out there who has this level of strange hatred for Steven Richards as Shane McMahon does in this storyline. WWE 2K16 is back again with more heel turns. In one of them you will be up against the Authority as Kane and Big Show randomly beat you up after a match. The next week they try it once again, but someone will make the save this time.
What's Roman Reigns doing out here? He should mind his own business. He has no reason to be out here right now.
Roman Reigns makes the save not once but twice. And then after all this, you and Roman will team up against the Authority's Big Show and Kane at SummerSlam. During the match, Roman will go for the tag, and the choice to either tag in or betray Roman Reigns pops up. When you leave Roman hanging, Big Show will punch him in the face, and you celebrate with Kane and Big Show. And lastly, WWE 2K16 makes one more appearance, which probably makes it the most heel-turny WWE game of all time. Anyway, The Rock makes his big return in the My Career mode to go face to face with your character, looking for a match. However, before anything can happen, the Authority will make their way down to the ring and look to attack The Rock. You can then choose to help The Rock or help out the Authority. Helping out the Authority will see your character just letting him get beat up.
Oh, look at this. He's feeding The Rock to the wolves.
Another orchestrated plan by the Authority comes to fruition. I love it.
That's the end of the video. Please remember to like it if you've enjoyed it, and make sure you're subscribed with those notifications turned on if you have not done so already. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.